One day a cowboy moved in next to Jacques and Pierre. Jacques and Pierre went over to visit with him, and they had a good talk. And the cowboy asked would they like to go riding. So they all got on horses and rode around a while, and they had a good time. And when they got back, Jacques and Pierre enjoyed it so much that they asked the cowboy would it be possible to buy the horses that they had ridden on. He said, "Well, sure, partners, I'll be glad to sell them to you." So Jacques and Pierre bought the horses, and they rode them around the rest of the afternoon, and then they rode them back home. And as they were nearing up to the house, getting near to the house, Pierre says, "Jacques, I've been thinking, how are we going to know whose horse is whose?" And Jacques said, I don't know. Let me think about it. He said, "I know what we'll do." And he went and got some shears, like you shear, like cut your hair with, what do you call those things? And he cut the mane off of his horse. And he said, "Pierre, you see my horse? I have cut off the mane, and you get the horse that has the mane. I'll get the horse with the mane that's cut off." And Pierre, he said, oui. Okay, so that worked really well for a long time, but you know what happened, right? The mane grew back. And one day they went out there, and Pierre said, "Jacques, the mane has grown back. How are we going to know whose horse is whose?" Jacques said, "I don't know." Pierre said, "I got an idea." So he went and got that orange paint out of his tackle box, and he painted a great big old P on his horse for Pierre. And that worked really great for a while. They could tell because Pierre's horse had a big P on it. Well, you know what happened, right? After a while it wore off, it got rained on, and it just, the hair fell out and all that kind of stuff. It just wore off. And they're like, "What in the world are we going to do?" And Jacques said, "I don't know. Let's go ask the cowboy if he has an idea of how we can tell whose horse is whose." So they rode the horses over to the cowboy's place next door, and they told him what their problem was. And he looked at the horses and looked them up and down really good. And he said, "Boys, I think I got a solution to your problem. I tell you what, Jacques, you take the brown horse. Pierre, you take the white one.